Hi everyone. Today we're going to start working on this beautiful tree of life in a heart. Now, the items that I'm going to be using, these beads here, I did put in a playlist. The hoop is in a playlist, and also the wire. Everything is in a playlist, and I labeled it things I use from Amazon. So we're going to be working with 4 and 6 millimeter beads, crystals, and the color, if you go to the playlist, is 04 for the pink, and it's Dwarm. Anyway. Oh, also, well, it's in part 1, but I am using 20 wires today, and they are 22 gauge, and they're 23 inches long. This is going to be a beauty, guys. So the way I'm going to start, I'm going to put 3 4 millimeter bicones on my wire and make a little leaf. That is typically how I do it on all my trees. So I noticed many new subscribers. Thank you. You've come from some places I did not expect you to find my channel, but I'm glad that you did. And also, anything you need, if you haven't seen the tutorial that I've just now posted, well, a little while ago, playlists. Check them out, because that's where you're going to find full tutorials. I've done it that way to make it easy for you. Anyway, let's get moving here. So put 3 little 4 millimeter bicones. After a leaf, you have to put in a few twists, because if you don't, it's not going to look good. And always, always support your work. And always twist with the longest wire. After you make a leaf, you're going to have 2 wires, one short and one long. If you twist with the shortest wire, you're not going to make it to your hoop. I'll show you what I mean. Well, I have extra length on my wires, but this is really important. I twist towards me, so I'm going to put this longer wire on top so that I can take this one after I put my beads on and twist it with the long wire. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and the way I like to do it, I like to alternate size. I'll put a 4 millimeter and then a 6 millimeter. And I do have a hard time picking up the round ones. And then on the next wire, if I go small, big, big, and a small. And what that does, I'll show you. It helps it to line up so that there's not a lot of wire showing. So what you need to do is throw your beads around, slide them down, take the long wire, and twist with that, hold on to your beads, and give a twist. Like that. And then you're ready to go on. And again, I'm going to use the long wire to twist. It's a good habit to get into, even though clearly I don't need to. I'm going to do it anyway. And now we'll start with the small 4 millimeter, and then a 6, and on the second wire a 6, and then I do have 4 mil. I should be picking them up too. I do have the round 4 millimeter. I should be saving the bicones because we're gonna put them all around the shape of the heart, and it's gonna be beautiful. So with that, support your work and give it a twist. And clearly this is going to reach my hoop. So what I'm going to do, I like to have a little bit of space. So usually I wait, but I'm not going to. I'm going to support my work and put in a little bend, because this will make it so that it reaches without the beads actually make it hard for me to connect it. If that makes sense. And this is how I put it on my hoop. Take my wires, go to my hoop, put my finger right there, bring it up around the hoop, support your work always, bring it up, cross it over. You can cut it there. You don't have to wrap it twice. This is just how I do it. Give it a nice firm tug. The finger's still on that wire. Bring it up and bring it over. Just like that. I like to cut as I go. I'm making these beads go all over the place. I like to cut as I go because I do use long wire because I have very bad hands. It makes it easier for me to pull. I buried my little wire container. And I don't use pliers. I use tweezers. Get them at the dollar store. Take these tweezers and push that down. Get in with the pointy one. And I like to push them, kind of like wrapping them around the neck of the wire. This makes it so that it's not catchy, nice and smooth. There you have it. That's not hard. We can do this. So I'm going to go along, and I'm not going to cut them yet, because I want to make sure, just for this section, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a leaf. You can use the little round ones. They're also 4mm. They're not as easy for me to pick up. Slide them down. Pull them up a little bit. Like that. Just look over and make sure you can see my hands. And then bring this wire up to where the twist is, like that. Try to keep the three together like in a little triangle. And then put in your twist. Like that. And now you'll have a short and a long wire. Twist with the long wire. Put a few little twists in. Just like that. And now we'll put another cluster. I do them in groups of 4. You don't have to. I just find it looks good that way. Sometimes I do more. It depends. Not on this tree. This one here is for someone really special, and it is it's pre-ordered actually. I'm gonna put another little cluster right here. I ended this one with a small bicone. Oh, no, it's not, but yeah, it is. So I'm going to start with something small down here. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to get crazy with it. Sometimes I do. Keep looking over to make sure that you can see my hands. I know if I keep them up against the back of this, this is a tray, and I know that you can see it. There we go. I'm gonna bring it to my hoop, finger automatically goes right there, so it doesn't move around. Bring your wires up, go around again, bring them up. The reason why they're so long right now is this is the shortest part of the tree. As we go up higher, we'll use more beads and more twisting, so the wires will be shorter when I cut them. No, that's not done enough. This is what I don't like them to be too close to the hoop, because then it's a little bit tricky to get in there. That's why I use the pointy tweezers for that part. Just like that. Now we're ready to move on. After I untwist my wire, here we go. I'm going to start off with the leaf because we have a nice space right there. I have clear beads mixed in with these, and I'm not going to use any of them. Bring your wire up to where the twist is, and put a few twists on for your leaf, just like that. Now that'll fill that space. Now with your longest wire, it'll be on the side where the little leaf is. Put a few twists. There we go. Now I'm ready to bead. I'll start with the 4mm. I want to try and use some of these round ones. Yeah. I always say I'm only going to use bicones from now on. That's not going to happen. These are really, really pretty. I could have used 6mm bicones and 4. I just like the way it looks with the round as well. Longest wire, cross it over. I like to put my thumb there and push because it closes that space right up to where the, and this is how I also twist with my thumb in that space. Make it nice and close to that little cluster. And now we're going to add a leaf. The way I determine that is I have a little space right there. We're going to fill it up. Plus I like it. I have a lot of wire, so I'll make a lot of leaves. This project has a complete additional section from the last one. The last one I had 4 limbs. This one I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've not done this yet, so this is a first. And if I like it, this is how I'm going to make them. I actually bought another package of hoops, and they came really fast too, but I have 3 people that I have orders for. So I gotta be busy. pretty much this is the pattern that I'm going to use for the entire tree. And I don't want my videos to be like really long anymore. I think what I'll do is I'll do it in sections. This way here you don't get bored. And I don't have to make it in like five parts. I'm going to try to do a few things different. And for everyone that watches me constantly, my friends, let me know what you think about doing it in smaller sections, but on the same video. Like this is part 2. Part 1 was twisting it. So what I'm going to do is do these 2, and then I'll pause it and pick it back up after I do another section or so. But this is basically the pattern, so I'm not going to change that. I was going to put a leaf there, but there really isn't enough space, so I'll just add a cluster. Sorry for that noise. I think I'm going to put the crystals on the other side and bend these wires up a little bit. Now I'll put a leaf. Slide them down, pull them up a little bit, and just like pinch it into a triangle, and then with your thumb hold it right there, and then grasp it into a triangle like this, and then put in your twist, just like that. And then with your longest wire, again, put in a few twists. And now I'll put in a cluster. Oops. Push your beads down and put in your twist, just like that. And now we'll put a leaf. I'm going to show you on this tutorial, because I use extra wire, I can't not use it, but I found on the last heart a little trick, and I have never done it before. The last tree in the heart, and we're going to do it on this one. Instead of just cutting the wire off, we're going to add a leaf. I don't like to add a leaf up here as like the last section, because then it makes it hard for me to twist it and then attach it to the hoop and cut it. It just is, it's a little hard for me, but I found an idea by accident. Okay. See it? How I always with this finger hold it. It also helps me to hold it tight so it doesn't move, but it gives it tension so that this right here is tight, and that's what I want. because I like my project to be really tight. I don't want it to be saggy. And there we have it. Before I go, I'm going to show you how to twist in little bends. Put your work on your hand like this. Put your thumb on top. You're going to push up with your fingers and down with your thumb. That supports your work so that you can put in little bends. Not too hard, because you don't want to break that wire, but just enough to pull them down and tighten up your project. Like that. And there you have it. Section 1. This is going to be beautiful. I'll be back, guys. Okay, so I've gone ahead and finished the next section. Now, because this tree has 5 sections, these 2 are on this side. Let's see if I can show you where it makes sense. So these 2 are here. These 2 will be there. And I added another complete section, which is this right here. So what I'll do, in each section has 4. I'll put, hopefully, 2 here and 2 here. We'll work it out so that it works, hopefully, fingers crossed. So now what I'm going to do is complete this part right here, and as you go, like when I do these little twists right here, the 4 and 4 to make 2 and 2, I only twist a little bit, but as you go you have to twist more. Reason being, if I didn't, it would be right up against that little cluster, and we don't want that. So I did put in a few twists. Try and bend these under so it's not so noisy. My goodness gracious. I will put a, oh wait a minute, am I going to put a leaf there? I will not put a leaf there because I have one here. I will put a cluster and then a leaf. The leaf should fill this space right here. It's like alternating. Cluster, leaf, and with a cluster. I'm just gonna, not gonna make it longer, I'm just gonna make it tighter so that the twist looks a little bit tighter right there. And support your work, guys, please. You don't want to break it. So the other thing that I'm thinking about doing, I do work on other projects other than these that I really just don't want to have to stand here and do a tutorial on, but I'd like to share them with you. And they're just little things. So if I do them, I will put it on mute and then maybe add a soft music in the background if you're even interested, because I do that out at the table. I have a table in the living area and I like to sit with my husband during the day, and not really into TV that much. Probably just news, but I don't like him to be alone. I like to be with him. So a lot of times I'll go out there and just work on something, and then, you know, get meal prep and stuff like that. And it's good because I can just stop and then carry back on when I'm ready. And I was thinking of taking you with me, but the only thing is I did buy a microphone set, and I used it one time and was told that it echoes, and I kind of hear it that way too. So, but the only good thing about it is I can put the microphone on and mute it and unmute it. So I'll just mute it where I don't want to talk, I just want to work, and that also allows me to turn it on if I do want to talk. So if that's something that you'd like, I don't know if you want to see me just working on random stuff, but I do have a few things to do that are new, and they're not trees, but it's a fun little project. Right now I'm just keeping busy, keeping my hands busy. I went around the house like a mad woman and did a deep clean. I mean, my house is clean anyway. I like my house clean, but I'm talking about organizing cabinets and climbing up on counters and cleaning out shelves and just stuff like that. So, fan blades, overhead fan blades. I just kept myself busy. You know, they have spring cleaning. Well, I did more than that. I even took everything out of the closet, my closet, because I had that big garment bag from the wedding with that green dress. For all of you that are new, my son just got married, and my youngest son. And it was a beautiful wedding, and I do have photos and stuff like that, and photos of me in the wedding, and it was just it was a really nice event. So, and for all my regular people, that's how I shared getting to know me. And for new people, welcome. Like, I just want to keep my fingers from bleeding. I want to keep my channel fun and real, because that's just the way I roll. What else do you need to know about me? I have 2 cats, and they have their own little playlists. Miss Abby and Finn. And what else? This is my passion. In real life, I can be shy, very shy, which a few of you are like, hell no, or most of you. But yeah, it's true. When I'm not in my element, I don't really like to talk. I keep to myself. And I don't eat meat. Yeah, that's important to know about me. That relates to trees, right? I don't eat them either. I know, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, I like to have fun. It's hard to get in here, guys. I just want to put a bend in here. I'll show you why in a minute, because this is up too high. I may have to take a little bit off. Yeah. I mean, I could leave it, but then it'll sag. I don't think I can get my wire. Or maybe. I'll try. What I was gonna do, no, I'm not gonna try, because I think then I won't like it. So you only get to do this one time. Trust me, you'll break it. And if you have a little bend in your wire, I'm gonna take 2 beads off, but if you have like a little bend, let's see if I have my tool here. Of course not. Oh yes, I do. Just try and, these are silicone or plastic pliers. You can get them from Amazon. They're really cheap. They come with replacement heads, and they are my best friend. If you pull a bead over a bend, you compromise the integrity of the wire and it'll break. But this isn't going to break. We're not going to let that happen. I'm going to bring that up. Bring it around. The scratchy sound is driving me nuts. I can't deal with it. I don't know what to do with them to make them not poke me. But that noise, I can't do it. This one here is wrapped around a lot. My goodness. There we go. Also, for everyone that is new, I do have an Etsy. I have a few up-to-date items. A lot of what I have there is it's stuff that I made previously, and I actually have sold a few things recently from my older collection. And my style has since changed. Well, this could work out nicely. Okay, so because we're doing another complete section, we have this big space right here. So guess what? This is the perfect place to add a leaf. I am going to put a prism at the bottom. I have a 22mm prism. It's a round crystal prism. Very, very beautiful, and it casts a rainbow of color like crazy. So you put the 3 on. These are the bicones, and then just kind of push it like that. Hold it into a triangle. You're going to cross this wire, bring them together like that, and then add your twist. If you want to make it longer, which I could have, you just slide your beads further down. But because I have so many branches on, I don't think I have to do that. And now you find the longer of the 2, and you're going to twist with that. I don't know if you can hear Abby snoring. That's my girl, my cat. I'm going to put another leaf here, only because if I put a cluster, yeah, I'm going to put, I guess I'll put what? I'll put a leaf. It is breaking a pattern, but you know what? That's okay. There's no rules. You do your tree however you want. I don't know why she's sleeping, because she kept me awake all night. She gets up and lays on top of me. My girl, she's big. She licks my face. She don't let me sleep. Now you have 2 wires, and I made it with the shorter wire, which I should have put it on the longer one, which is okay because I do cut my wire long, but I'm a bad teacher. Once I start talking or I see something shiny, that's it. I don't pay attention. It is important to twist with your longer wire. As some of you have left me a comment and thanked me because I did a complete tutorial. One of you asked me to do it because you came up short, and of course I was right on that. Also, wrapping the tree. You'll hear me refer to it as wrapping or lacing your branches. I also was asked by one of you that you just couldn't get it started the right way. So I made a tree. I had a tree that I made, and I laced it with a different color so that it would stand out. I'm just trying to get this longer wire over here. And yeah, so I did that, and I explain why I don't ever make a tree without lacing it. And let's see what else. Oh, if you break a branch or you come up short, I made a tree and broke it so that I could show you how to fix it. And it's important to me that you know the secrets that I've managed on my own to fix. And I don't think too many people want to share their mistakes. But if you make a mistake and you can't fix it, then I've not done my job right. And you can always reach out to me. If you do get stuck and you want me to make something to show you, you know, if I can understand, ooh, how these beads just go jumping. Got a lot of jumpers. Anyway, all kidding aside, if you do run into that situation and you need a little bit of guidance, if you will, on how to fix something, you can take a picture of it and email it to me, or just ask in the, you know, leave me a comment, and if I can, I will fix it. I'll make something similar to what you're experiencing to show you how to fix it. I have a wire. I don't like that. Yeah, I want you to succeed big time, because this is important to me, guys. For all you new people, you old people, you know my passion. Right here. Also, you'll find, I think I also included it in shorts. I did post a little video of photos that one of you have sent to me in an email attachment of your projects. And again, you did amazing. So that made me very, very happy to see. And some of you are, there's more than one. You tell me you're considering it to be, maybe try to make a tree. So for everyone that's new, I'm going to give you a few tips. One, go to your playlists. You will see 4-inch hoops. You will see beginner friendly and bracelets. My recommendation is to go to beginner friendly and a 4-inch hoop or a bracelet. Do not make a big investment. Make a small investment. If tweezers and a nail clipper. You don't need all this fancy stuff to start, because it might not be your craft. But what I can tell you, I started with tweezers and a nail clipper. And then I realized that this is my craft. So, and this is why I share. Because when I started, I watched 1,000 videos. I still watch videos. That's how we learn. But what I do, I pick up technique. Like, for example, I am not good at closing hoops and doing stuff like that, so I watch videos on that. And because I made bracelets for all the girls at my son's wedding, I watched videos on that. Stuff like this, not so much, because I know what I'm doing. I know my style. I do have one channel that I love, and I continue to watch her channel, and even rewatched, because she's the one that told me that I was good enough to do YouTube, and I didn't think I was. Well, I am good enough to teach. However, there are things that are a problem for me, and that even the editing, I really don't care about editing. You know, I can pause it. Like if my husband calls me, I figured out, I was all excited how to pause. Unfortunately, sometimes when I go to turn it back on, I forget and shut it off. But, yeah, so, I mean, I wish I could post a link. So instead of taking photos and doing this the stupid way, sorry, I feel that way, it's stupid, to make a playlist, take videos from my camera to show you the stuff that I use, when I could link it, and it would also help me. I could get sponsors if I knew how to do it. There's a lot of things that I could do. You know, I started this channel because I was told I could. But it was more than that, you know. My son had taken out his 401k to buy this place. And I help him. You know, I mean, he is a first-time homeowner, and there's a lot of things that if you own a home, you know that it costs money. And both him and his wife, they work. She works her tail off like I used to, double shifts and all that. And my son has a really tough job too. So becoming monetized helps me to help him. I'm just not making I'm not making money like other people, trust me. Like I can't even get a check every month. I don't have enough I have the views kinda, but not for a lot of money. So, and I just now last month got the first check. And after 600 and some odd videos, it was like $109, which I gave to my son for repairs on stuff that we need to get repaired. Not a big deal. And I didn't accumulate that in a month. It took 2. Yeah, so not a lot of money to be made here, but I'm happy here. I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm teaching you, and just doing what I do, what I would do if I didn't have you. So it all comes down to passion and my extreme need to teach, you know. I feel like tree of life it's like eternal. You know, life is short. I'm going to pass this stuff around. I want you all to find, if it's not this, something that you love. But for me, this is more than that. It's like I'm challenging myself by doing what I do and trying to encourage people to find their craft. And if you choose mine, I want you to succeed and share it. If you have a granddaughter or a niece or a sister or an auntie, you know, I never had that, you know, or I would have shared with them. I would love to have had a little granddaughter and, you know, be able to craft with her. It's important. Long after I'm gone, you guys pass it on. And this will just keep growing. I want it to reach as many people as it can. And I have some of you from places I'll never see in my life. Different countries. It's crazy. Crazy good. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I don't like this, so I'm gonna see what I can do. Where can I tighten that up? You see what happens when I pull on this? You see all these move down a little bit? Don't pull too hard. You'll break it. And now I'll show you how to fix it. I'll mess with it later. See, now I have a real long wire and a short wire because I made that leaf. So what we're going to do is we're going to twist with the long wire so we don't come up short. This is the longest part from the branch to the hoop. On a heart, it's that area, and then it starts to be shorter. What am I doing? I'm talking. See, look, I made a mistake. I picked up the wrong bead. It is a thing. I can't do 2 things at the same time and concentrate. But the fun part's coming up. I like to lace my project. Look at that, guys. You see that? I bought a nail thing, a gel nail thing, the UV light and all that. because my hands are a mess. This doesn't happen. This stuff just peels off. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I don't like it. It took me 2 hours to paint my nails. I don't know. You don't want to hear about my fingernails. Normally I have this facing this way. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. It just shows me that I'm not paying attention. Okay. And push them down like that. There you go. Now I'm going to show you something. Grab these wires, they're driving me nuts. I want you to watch this right here. Okay? See if I can get in there and support my work. Watch what happens to the shape of this when I put in a bend. Watch it. You see it move down? That's how you tighten up your branch so that it's not all wiggly. And also when you lace it, it helps to tighten it up as well. I'll show you. I'll show you how. This is my way. Okay, this is driving me crazy, but I don't want to bend them up too much. And do I want to put a leaf? No, I'm going to put the leaf on this side. So I better do that first, because that's the end of the section. So that's where the leaf needs to be, and I need to do it first because then I'll do a cluster. And just put 3 and put a few twists like that. Now get your wires, longest wire, and you support that little leaf. There you go. See? We'll put a few bends in it and we'll be good to go. So tell me if you like it better this way, trying not to make my project into 5 parts. You know, I mean, I can, like right now, we're at 48 minutes. I have shown you how to do the middle. I could pause it again and do some more. Or I can go for a while. It'll take a while to, I will pause it, actually, because I would like this to be done in one section. Actually, you know what, guys? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call this done for now. And I'm going to stop the next section because I've shown you how to do the beginning, do the top, and then the center. I'm going to stop it and I'll come back when I'm down there, and then we'll do the fun part. We'll see you.